or the more facts that come in, when you hear Alan Foster speak, and I actually give Alan Foster a chance, listen to Alan Foster's interview that recently came out. Alan Foster may be telling the truth about a lot more than people actually want to digest. And it's because when Alan Foster got me is when he actually started speaking about the business, because I'm an entrepreneur. I'm into business. I like to know how everything actually runs and how things work. So when he starts speaking about the business, he starts saying certain things that I kind of ID with because I understand how business works. And a lot of the things that he says is pretty much solid. And I really don't know if he actually stole the $1.5 million. This goes back to the same conversation I had with a lot of rappers and artists when it comes to signing their deals and structuring their deals, not structuring it properly and bitching at the end. I feel like it's somewhat similar into that type of lane when it comes to that, but it's just not with rappers and artists and music. This is with basketball and brands and promotion. So if you listen to the Alan Foster interview and you listen to the things that he says and the receipts that he pulls when it comes to starting the business, being a 1/3 partner, because those are all facts. Those have never been denied or refuted. Those have always been facts. Even in my last videos where I spoke negatively about certain situations, that was always a fact that he's always been a part owner in Big Baller Brand. He said he put up certain money to start it. We don't know if all of those are true facts or whatever, but he is a partner and he is a part owner. So I would think that the things that he said he brought to the table were actually brought to the table, because why else would he be a partner and owning a part of a third of the brand if you're not bringing all the things that he says he brought to the table? Because you're not Lonzo, you're not D'Angelo, you're not the promoter, you're not LeVar, you're not anything. So if you're gonna get a certain cut, you have to bring a certain amount to the table, which I believe he did. When it comes to the money in the accounts, he said it the best. You can actually go and look through everything. You can bring up the files and you can see where the money goes. This is business. So when they say they steal certain things and he's countersuing in court, I don't know. And I feel like a lot of the media, and he's right, there is a smear campaign going on for Alan Foster, and it is because of his past. Even me, I didn't even give him the pass. I was just like, okay, who's going to trust this guy with the shady past? And it's like, when you really look into his past, it was 19 years ago where he was charged. It's like people change, and you can't hang that over his head. So that was irresponsible of myself for even hanging that over his head, because it's like, you can't just be like, okay, you did one thing negative in the past, you got charged for it. Then you served your time, you did your debt to society. So you can't use that against him in trying to frame him negatively. Alan Foster also said that Ramona Shelburne falsely reported a story. So that goes into Ramona Shelburne's credibility. And Ramona Shelburne is one of the most credible NBA reporters out there. Of course, there's been certain people contending certain of her stories or reports and trying to say they're fraud, but that's a lot of reporter stories and a lot of people that don't want the truth to come out to say those type of things. But in this case, I'm not sure completely if what he's saying or what she said was actually true, but if the mere allegations of false reporting is completely detrimental to the validity of a reporter. You have one false report or anything that's not true or it's just complete bullshit or bias like that, you lose all credibility from all the work you've ever done as a reporter. So I think those are very, high allegations to kind of levy at her, but it's in defense of yourself. So it's kind of sticky when it comes to those allegations towards Alan Foster. But for me, I feel like at this point we shouldn't, like, even fans of the Ball family and LeVar or anybody that's, associated with it, we shouldn't place any judgment until this is all done, until we get the facts, until the court case is done with him being sued from Lonzo, because he said that LeVar coerced Lonzo into, suing him. And he spoke about a lot of sabotage from, outside sources. And he may be right, because a lot of things weren't going right with the brand. A lot of media backlash, a lot of things that weren't going right. And somebody, some way along the lines found a way to kind of infiltrate and separate them from their main goal. So I don't know. I'm not going to completely just listen to one interview and be like, okay, Alan Foster is, a outstanding stand-up guy, because we don't know. But that's the point. We don't know. We don't know the details. We don't know if this was sabotage. We don't know if he actually stole anything until the facts come out. And he has certain receipts to actually back him up. So we'll see. we'll see when it's all said and done. But for the most part, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop putting that negative stigma over Alan Foster's name, like he's a sleaze bag or he's the cause of their business not doing great, because you could see a lot of mistakes that LeVar made along the way. So it's like nobody's fully at fault, but everybody is not completely absolved from liability.